Question 50. This name is not me and not mine, and how to know this? This name is not me and not mine can be understood as follows. Before birth, one does not have a name. After birth, name is a mere illusion. Even after contemplation on different parts of the body, one realizes that name does not refer to any part of the body in particular. Therefore, this name is not me, this name is not mine, this name is of the gross body, and is nothing but an illusion. I am the observer who knows this name, just like an observer of a clay pot is distinct from the pot. So all the 25 elements in this body are work of Prakriti, and it's a handiwork of this interfusion and intra-relation of the elements exchange, which is called as Panchikaran. So this body is shaped and formed by these elements. Father's semen is just like a seed, and mother's womb is just like a farmland. So the seed is sown in the farm, and in time the crop grows. But the one who is born in that new body sees that body as me, which is an illusion. Sees the parents as the nearest relatable, dependable people, which again is an illusion. This one set of people name this child. Now, name is what they felt like, what was good in their head, and that can be a very nonsensical name. Like I know of a boy who was named Stupid. What? Had to be an unusual name. That was their logic. So name is something which is imposed upon the child. Child is made to learn the name, and the child is made to have a relationship with that name, and that name means, now if that name is spoken abusively or in a louder tone, so the child is taught, consider this to be as an insult to you. So this is my insult and this is my fame, is something again which is conditionally created into the child's mind, and we are making that child think that the body is his own and that's his identity. This is your birthday, this is your first day to school, this is your uncles and aunts and this and that, and this is your toy, your bicycle, your tricycle. I am your mommy, I am your daddy. Now this repetition goes on and on and on and on, and in the next 3 to 4 years, the child begins to believe all that which was spoken to him as true. Now, if this child is happen to be born in a family who are, say, Christian or Hindu or Muslim or whatsoever their religion, or a communist, so would this child too become. And then the ego comes in that my name is the best and I am the best and my religion is best and my parents are best and my country is best. That's all nonsense. Or the child is taught your race is the best, like the Hitler wanted every German to believe in. And then the every religion, people, they are doing this propaganda, we are the best and everybody is a fool. And this is such an ego booster that everybody falls in this trap. But Vedanta says that this body is an assimilation. It's a 25 elements brought together through a mechanism, and a body is functioning. And this body, how did that got formed? The parents don't know. And it just got formed it's like being very rude, but I'll still say it, that no set of husband-wife, apart from few circumstances where they do want to have a child, they were just having good time, they were having their own intimacy, and in that intimacy, the woman gets pregnant. So sometimes it's a very shock for the man and the woman, and sometimes they believe, oh, we don't need it, it's just going to ruin our marital bliss, so they go for abortions. They don't want to keep the child, and in some places the child is given away by the mother herself. In schools and colleges, toilets, the babies are born. And that girl or that woman just leaves that baby as if she has left a piece of feces over there. If she could, then she would have flushed the baby. So when people say, oh, the woman has this motherly instinct, well, where is it? There are thousands of such children which are born and left in garbages, in toilets. Now this child will be taken by some organization or some orphanage. Now they will give a name to this child. And now they will tell him that if it is a Hindu orphanage, the child will become Hindu. If it's a Christian orphanage, the child will become Christian. Because whatever the adults around that child know, they will transfer this to this baby. The baby doesn't have any say in this. So the name which you have is just an imposition done to you by the adults. And this is a very changeable thing. You can go to court, put it an ad in a newspaper, and you can change your name anytime. But as long as that name is there, you have so much affinity with this name that you can cry, somebody said bad thing about me. And I can just give my own example. In this 54 years of my physical life, there had been so many instances where there were this all kinds of accusations and all kinds of rumor mongering and all kinds of gossips were happening. Initially, when mind was little younger and couldn't understand that how come the so-called spiritual people too were doing the same. Not the ordinary people, the so-called spiritual people, and some of the gurus too were party to that. And I couldn't understand or take it, and I would get very upset. But then end of the day, being a true hardcore Vedantist, you can't make me feel bad about anything for a very long time. Then the time came when this name became so popular that it was revered by people. Then a time came that everybody is going gaga on this name. And that's true. The name given by my guru is just in my passport. Otherwise, everybody knows me as Anandmurti Gurumaa. Now, that's not my name. Anandmurti is a title. Gurumaa is the way my disciples address me. But somehow world took this as my name, and now they think it's my name. Well, it's not. Now, if somebody writes anything about Anandmurti Gurumaa, why should I be upset? Because that's not my name. That's not my name at all. And if they place this face as a photo to go with that article, then this face is not me. So it's still not an insult to me. So there had been instances where the newspapers were running these articles with my photo on it. And me, from being sexologist, from being married at least 6-7 times, have 3-4 children in America, this there, and all these things, and then this and that, and there were some who really loved me, even some of the Swamis. So they are calling me, oh, they have done this and that. I said, no problem. I believe they are giving me a compliment. Sexologist, wow. I never went to college for such a degree. I'm not an MBBS, and yes, they have giving an honorary degree. I have no issue into it. And said, no, but you should see that you don't speak on the subject of sex in public. I said, well, Swamiji, when I have to talk about like the birth of Jiva, obviously I can't say that the children are born on the trees and parents just plucked it from there. I said, no, you are a woman. I said, Swamiji, thank you for reminding me. But I do know it. And I also know this, that society always had been biased against women in general. And me being a woman guru, I am their biggest villainous person for them. So let them have some pleasure in doing that. And I don't take it as an offense, because it hardly matters to me. There are billions, more than 7.5 billion living on the earth. I don't know all of them. They don't know me. So in their heads they can have opinion whatsoever is likable to them, because this is just a name. And tomorrow I can drop this name the way my publical name became Anandmurti Gurumaa, and everybody totally forgot, because they have no clue, because they never asked me what's your name. Nobody has done that because they haven't asked, so I don't say it, because unneeded I don't answer anything. And I'm not obliged to answer everything. So I give a damn. It doesn't care. So even if I wouldn't have been a Vedantist or a Jnani, I would be still this, because my mind is conditioned and trained to behave in this way. So I don't take anything said about this body as something very serious or grave. But people around me, sometimes they get very upset and very sad. Oh, why are they saying? I said, but why weren't you sad when they were saying great things about this name? So why are you upset now when some bunch of people are talking nonsense? So you need to have this viveka to just brush it off. And give this democratic right to everybody to have an opinion. And that's their opinion, and I don't become something because they have some opinion. I am what I am. I know what my body is. I know what my mind is. I know what my intellect is. So this body's name and relations are just an illusion. And even the body in itself is an illusion. That's what we call in Vedanta Jagat Mithya. When Jagat, the world, is Mithya, an illusion. So this body is not me, and I am the observer, just like the observer sees a clay pot and is distinct from the pot. Question: this caste is not me and not mine. How does one know this? This caste is not me and not mine can be understood as follows. Caste, like Brahmin, etc., is an attribute of the gross body and not of the subtle body, nor the Atman. The same subtle body and the Atman in the previous body are there in the present body and will be there in the future body as well. Caste of the previous body was not the same as of the present body. The caste of this body will not be the same in the future body. Thus, caste is an attribute of the gross body and not of the subtle body nor the Atman. Even after contemplation on different parts of the body, one realizes that caste does not refer to any part of the body in particular. Therefore, this caste is not me, this caste is not mine, this caste is imposed on the gross body. I am the observer who knows this caste, just like an observer of a clay pot is distinct from the pot. See, every country have their own caste system. It's not just that India has the Brahmin, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya. You can go to England, there you will have the blue blood family, the royal ones. Then you have the lords, right? Then you have the prime ministers, the aristocrat families are there. Then you have the common masses. Then you have those who have been awarded with these titles. They are the honored people. I remember I met one Sardarji in Birmingham, and he was very proud that he has been called by the Queen, and he would be given some kind of a title. You know what titles usually is? Huh?
Knight.
There was this title which he was to be given by the Queen, and he was so proud and say, I'm a Sikh and I'm being honored and this and that. I said, okay. So he met me after getting that honor. But these titles, differentiate in between you and you and you and you and you and the masses. So, for example, every country will have a set of intellectuals who think they are the elite. Then you have these rich brats who have their own club. They think we are the one who are running the whole show. Then you have a set of those politicians who think that they are the one who are formulating the policies and the government is being run by them. Then you have a set of those secretaries who are running the administrative show. They think these puppets, these ministers are just their puppets. Its actual show is us. So we can change anything and they won't even understand. Because now, what I mean to say, even in a communist country, they say it's a socialism and everybody is equal and there are no classes over there. But yet there is a class. There is a class. There is a top rung in the party. Then there is the high rung in the party. Then there are the middle rung officers. Then there are the town-wise, and then the city-wise, and then the village-wise. And then there are just simple commodore. That's it. We see this kind of differences happening in one way or even if there are nothing to do with the finances, but then there would be difference of somebody is very educated, somebody is not. Somebody is administratively very efficient and somebody is just doing a menial job of sweeping the roads. Now in India they'll be doing with hand, but in bigger cities with the machine. In Europe everybody is cleaning with the machine, but a sweeper and a prime minister, the classification has already been done. This is something which why I am mentioning in detail, because world over, the Britishers and the Mughals have been talking about that India is just a broken country. They are divided into the caste system and untouchability is there and this and that. Would they see everybody as an equal to them? They don't. They don't. And man is like this. Man's mind always creates division. And man's mind always creates this inferiority and superiority and number 1 and number 10 and we are great and you are not. Doesn't matter what color you have, yellow, brown, white or black, it's same. In Africa there would be the head of the tribe, the king or the queen, and then they'll have a council, and then they'll have other people, then they have these officers, and then they have the masses who just follow the order of the lord of the tribe. So it doesn't matter whether an educated or you go into the tribal zone, the classifications are always there. So don't see that it's only in this country, Bharat, that we have the Brahman, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya. But Vedanta is saying that which part of your body is Brahmin or Shudra? Did somebody write on your forehead that you are a Brahmin or Shudra or a Vaishya? So long ago, it was all about the capabilities and attributes of the individuals. It was not by birth that you get a caste. It was like by your actions and your attributes. But after some time, that turned into something else. Even in the Sri Krishna's time, the change had already begun, and that's why Karan was so abused and disrespected everywhere for being a son of a Sooth. And it's only in the last I would say just maybe a month of his life when he came to know that he is a warrior. He's from a warrior clan. And we have so many other individuals who were scorned and hated for their caste. But Vedanta says that caste is something which is a very illusionary as such in general, and in specifically, if I have to say, then it is something which is more to do with the functioning of a society. If somebody is very brainy and loves studying, is a Brahmin. If somebody who is a warrior has these muscles flexing and lot of energy in the body and is like a protector, would be called a Kshatriya. And somebody who has very good business sense would be called a Vaishya. And somebody who has a great servitude would be called the Shudra. A lot of injustice happened to them. And when Buddha came in, he kind of tried to equate everybody. So did Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji try to equate everybody. So did Kabir Sahib. So they have been taunting the society by saying that don't be this egoistic person and say that I am great just because I am born in a certain family. So the pride with which you are living, that I have a great caste, is something which is definitively a sign of an ignorant person. A jnani will never talk about the caste. And that's why Shankaracharya says, Mano buddhi hankara chitta ninaham. Now he's talking about that when I am not this body, then whatever caste it might be is not mine. So I am neither of these castes, whatever are there. In every country, I would say, again, there are different systems, different names, different labels, but this segregation of humans is always done. Question, this ashrama is not me and not mine, how does one ascertain? The same. The ashrama is not me and mine can be determined as follows: brahmacharya, the studenthood; grahastha, householder; vanaprastha, retiring from householder activities; and sannyasa, renunciation, are the 4 ashrams for an individual to carry out various actions in different stages of life. This ashrama is not me. This ashrama is not mine. This ashrama is imposed on the grass body. I am the observer who knows this ashrama, just like an observer of a clay pot is distinct from the pot. So now whether you are a brahmachari, a grahastha, or vanaprastha, or a sannyasi, all these 4 ashrama. Ashrama is ashrama. A means come, shram means be relaxed in this system. Shram is effort. Ashram, effortless. Be effortless, meaning if you are a student, then be effortlessly a celibate and a studious person. If you are a householder, then be a perfect householder. If you are a vanaprastha, meaning now retiring from the responsibility of running the family show and retiring and looking towards, vana means forest, prastha means to go towards the forest. And the sannyasa means the total renunciation, where one cuts off all the ties, mental ties with all responsibilities, and it's like being dead to everybody. And that's why the saffron colored clothes are the sign of a fire. And in Shankar sannyasa tradition, these 10 lineages which have origin with the Shankar, they have a system in which the person is under the tutelage of a master for at least 3 years, and then they are given the sannyasa. But before that, they have a ritual. This is a 1 month ritual. Is all the rites which are done for a dead person, this seeker of sannyasa will do all the rites for himself. So the fire ceremony to the shraddha ceremony, all those things which one would do for a dead person will be done by this person while being very much alive. So that is like, I am now dead to the society, to the family and those who know me. That's why in sannyasa, the shikha is a tuft of hair which is kept. The tuft of hair is cut, which is like unbinding the person from vanaprastha or grastha or brahmacharya, whatever ashram that person was in before going into sannyas. And then the thread, the janevu, which is worn by a Hindu, which many Hindus are not even wearing today, because they don't even understand what's the value or why it is being given, why and what for it was given. By 8 years of age, every boy was given. And in Arya Samaj, they also give it to the women too. And so that janevu is taken off, and the clothes are taken off, and then Guru gives a new set of ochre clothes and then a new name. And now it is like you are dead to the society, to the family, to that identity which you had, and now this is your new birth. Hence the new name. And now you can be a very egoistic brahmachari, grasth, vanprasth, or even a sannyasi. Meaning you did all the rituals which you should have done for a sannyas, and now you are wearing an ochre clothes, but yet you can be same idiot and egoistic and ignorant person. Because if you have not changed your mind. See, Guru can only speak to you. There is no thermometer to check that whether you have actually absorbed everything or not. And if somebody goes to a master and says, I want sannyas, so they have a system that at least 3 years remains with the master, observes, and Guru is somehow observing the chela. And when the right time comes, and if Guru sees that it's okay, that I can give, he's ready for it, we'll do it. But now there are many twists over there. Sometimes when the Gurus are not true, they just want to increase the number of their sannyasis because they want to have a stronger much, stronger organization, so more chelas. So they will forego the system of analyzing and evaluating and preparing the person for sannyas. And I always had this question that, were these individually scrutinized, analyzed or not? And are their reasons correct? So I had been very strict about it, and I'm pretty infamous about it. And that's why when last year in Kumbh I gave sannyas to these 6, most of the Swamis who know me, they were taken aback with the great surprise, very happy although. But he said, finally. He said, yes, finally. And they have by the time made at least 100 sannyasis. And I always had this firm belief that my sannyasi has to be the perfect one, cannot be the way I would see these sannyasis who are not true to themselves. Still running after money, still running after the seat of the Guru, still running after getting famous, still running in the emotions of jealousies and hatreds, and some of them are a sannyasi externally, but inside in their private lives, they are actually very much an householder. And they have their cheli or some woman consort who is acting like a wife in private, but is somehow hidden, so that's not a true sannyasi. That is not at all. So same goes for brahmacharis. A brahmachari has to be true to it. But when you become true to it, there is a possibility that you will get egoistic also. So that humbleness is lost somewhere sometimes. Like many householders think, oh, we feed all the brahmacharis and the sannyasis. We are the one who fund these ashrams. So these are beggars and we are the one who are the providers. And I know of some ashrams where the trustees were like the gods of that place, and that poor Swami was being ordered like a puppet. Don't do this, don't do this and do this. Now because he doesn't want to leave the seat of the Guru's throne, hence he is listening to the trustee, because when the real Guru is dead, and the real Guru could not fix up a capable person on his seat, then whosoever will come into the seat, sometimes there are people who are just greedy for that seat only, who became a sadhu just for the seat only. And I have seen scores of ashram destroyed because of these incapable and non-eligible persons. And all the teachings and all the learnings which should have happened in that ashram got wasted. They would create in the empty spaces of the ashram, the buildings and the shops, and get more rental income. And then this person dies, and then another one who comes is more worst of that. So these properties sometimes just end up with some usurpers of land, the colonizers and the gundas who are just waiting for that sadhu to die, and then we will take over the ashram. So the sannyasis too have their own challenges. And when you are a true sannyasi, there is a sense of, oh, I am a sannyasi. So even this is an ego. And it's saying that this ashrama, brahmacharya vanprastha sannyas, is not me, not mine. I am just the observer. Next comes, this color is not me and not mine. How does one ascertain the same? This color is not me and not mine can be determined as fair, black, red, yellow. Now fair is the Caucasians, Vipula, Yamuna, Caucasians. Red we don't have anybody here, yellow we don't. You should have added a brown also. The brown is missing. The brown ones are in majority actually. Now, I am not the grass body, hence this color is not me, not mine. It is of the grass body and I am the observer who knows this color, just like an observer of clay pot is distinct from the pot. Now this is something, again, a tool of your own reflections. That in free time, vacant time, you have a look at the body color, and then you bring this reflections to it. That's not me, that's not mine, that's not me, that's not mine. But by saying, this ashrama is not me, not mine, this body is not me and mine, this color is not me and mine. And then, in the next are coming the relations. These relations are not me and mine. Common relations. Now see, father and son, master. Now see, after father, son, they have right away brought the master and disciple. So this relation of master, disciple, wife, husband, employer, servant, etc. are of the gross body and are illusory. Upon contemplation, the relations cannot be found. I am distinct and detached from the gross body, therefore, these relations are not me, not mine, are imposed on the gross body. I am the observer who knows this relation, just like an observer of a clay pot is distinct from the pot.